Here I was talking about what are the mechanisms, how these muscles become weak, and what is the role of oxidants and how we could potentially treat that dysfunction with antioxidants in this disease. So my presentation was about skeletal muscle redox homeostasis and weakness in heart failure. And so I presented some research on how bioactive lipids can activate oxidant-producing enzymes and how these oxidants then affect proteins of that muscle to make the muscle weak. This is what I presented. Whenever we breathe, we need to use our muscles to bring air into the lungs. And if these muscles are not working, then you cannot bring air into the lungs. It becomes difficult to breathe, right? And that is in many instances what makes people feel difficulty breathing when they get older or when they get a disease. And it's a very complex system. The muscles are part of it. And my work is toward understanding what makes it difficult for people to breathe when they have these diseases or just aging. And we know that the muscles are weak and people cannot breathe very well. And so what we're trying to do is really understand how that is happening, so then we can create different treatments to make it easier, so when people are older or they have a disease, that they can breathe and they can feel more comfortable with their breathing and therefore do what they normally do in their daily lives. Because for people that have disease or sometimes they're much older, just taking a shower is difficult because they can't breathe, so they can't stand up and walk and do their normal things just because breathing is a major problem. And so that's my job, is to try to make it so that people can breathe better. Pretty much any activity we do, we are using our breathing muscles, but we task them more when we're performing some kind of exercise. Now, what is exercise for someone young and healthy is different from what is exercise for someone that is older or has a disease. So if someone is just going to the store, for a young person that's not exercise, but for an older person or someone who is sick, that is exercise, and that already makes their breathing much more difficult. And many times they avoid those activities because they have a problem to breathe. And that's what our goal is to make sure that we can make their breathing better because their muscles are better, and therefore they can then do their normal activities. There is a part of my work that is very basic science, but there's a part that is applied. And what we're looking are, what are things that you can eat that contains nutrients that will help your muscles better, right? And so, or nutritional supplements, even if it's something that you buy at a health store. And so there are some supplements that can help your muscles get better. So these are supplements that can help your muscles work better, and these are what we call nutritional supplements. So things, for example, things that have antioxidants. One of them is red wine that contains antioxidants, but in general, fruits, many fruits that contain antioxidants, spinach, and beets. So vegetables that have antioxidants are things that we're looking for in extracting what are those antioxidants. But in general, just eating a diet that has fruits and vegetables is what would be the direction. Now, we're trying to extract what is in the fruit and the vegetable that is really good, so that we can give it in more concentrated amounts, so people can have more of it, so it can have a therapeutical effect. It can have a treatment effect. It's important for us to understand the system all together, because each of us are working in one specific area. But you know, nowadays things have become so specialized, and we sometimes don't hear what other areas are, what is the advancement in other areas. So with a meeting like that, we can hear what are advances in other areas and then bring it to ours. So then we can advance medicine through collaborations and learning what other people are doing.